Suspense. And the producer of radio's outstanding theater of thrills, William N. Robeson.
We pause now in this gayest of all seasons for a little murder. We interrupt the pleasing flow of heartwarming greetings and ageless hymns and carols for a slight case of uxoricide. We turn our attention from tinsel and gay ornaments and strings of colored lights to blood, as Herbert Marshall stars in Back for Christmas, a tale well calculated to keep you in
Suspense.
Happy, Mrs. Carpenter?
Deliriously, Professor Carpenter.
Well, then how about another glass of champagne? Nothing goes better with a happy bride than a glass of bubbly.
Nothing? How about a happy husband?
That you have. To us.
To us, forever.
Darling.
Oh, Herbert, I'm afraid it's all a dream, and I'll wake up any minute to find myself back in that drab little bookshop in Leicester Street, searching for obscure volumes for absent-minded professors.
Oh, so that's what you thought of me.
Oh, not you, Herbert. You were different. I felt it the first time you came into the place.
Premonition, second sight. You knew at that minute, I suppose, that I would whisk you off to America and make you my wife.
Well, not exactly, but I'm awfully glad you did.
Do you think you like America?
I love it.
I thought perhaps after this lecture tour is over, I might try to find a connection at some college or other and just stay on. What would you say to that?
I say, wherever you are is where I want to be.
Now, who in the world? Who is it?
Bellboy, sir.
Just a minute. Yes, what is it?
A letter, sir, for Mrs. Carpenter.
For Mrs.? Here, let me have it. Here.
Thank you, sir.
A letter for Mrs. Carpenter? Herbert, you were a widower, weren't you? I mean, Hermione isn't still alive.
What? Heavens, no.
But that letter. No one back in England knows that I'm married.
Let's forget it, shall we? And have another glass of wine.
I've often wondered what she was like.
Who?
Hermione. You never told me anything about her.
I'd just as soon forget her, but she's not an easy woman to forget. Dominating. Always managing things, the house, my wardrobe, my friends. You might say she managed herself to death. Yes, Hermione.
What on earth are you doing down here in the cellar?
Putting the finishing touches on this wine bin.
Have you taken leave of your senses? Yes, I dare say you have. Look at you, the epitome of the absent-minded professor.
Oh, I wouldn't say that.
Well, I would. Whatever would become of you if I weren't here to look after you?
I wonder.
And, well, you might. Have you any idea what today is?
Why, Tuesday, I believe.
Indeed. And what is going to happen today?
Well, according to your plans, we are flying to America on the 9 o'clock plane.
Precisely. And the Goodenows are coming in for tea in half an hour. And here you are digging a hole in the cellar.
It is not a hole, it's a wine bin.
Well, it looks more like a grave to me.
Yes, Hermione.
Upstairs with you now and get into some clean things.
Yes, Hermione.
I've already dismissed the cook. You'll have to get the tea things ready while I'm taking my bath.
Yes, Hermione.
Oh, dear, such a bother to go to. Closing up the house and all, and then having to open it again when we get back for Christmas.
Back for Christmas, back for Christmas. Must you keep saying that?
Well, why not? We are coming back for Christmas, aren't we?
Well, supposing I were offered a position in an American university.
Oh, nonsense.
Well, they did ask me to come to lecture. That means something.
Well, not very much. Americans will pay to hear any foreigner deliver a lecture once. But there's no use building dream castles, Herbert. Nobody's going to offer you a fortune in America. course, the extra money you will get will be very handy when we arrive back for
Back
Christmas.
for Christmas, yes.
Precisely. And it's no good your making a joke of it. Oh, but heaven knows where you'd be today if I hadn't got a sense of time.
Yes, Hermione.
Now get a move on. And be sure to straighten up the sitting room and get the tea things out. The second best, the good nose will understand.
Yes, Hermione.
Now, I'm going up to have my bath now. Call me when they arrive.
Yes, Hermione. Yes, Hermione. Yes, Hermione. 20 years of it. 20 years of Hermione being right. 20 years of personal management. Down to the smallest detail of which necktie to wear and how many minutes one's eggs should be cooked. 20 years of slow strangulation, which would only have ended in dull death if it had not been for Marion. At least Marion was one detail that Hermione could not manage, could not even imagine. The mousy proprietor of a bookstore, proper, ever so intellectual with her heavy horn-rimmed spectacles, and the absent-minded professor. But such things do happen sometimes, as they did that afternoon last summer.
Good afternoon.
Oh, good afternoon. Is Miss Markham about? Well, Oh, bless me. Is it you, Miss Markham?
Yes, Professor Carpenter.
Oh, but I say I didn't recognize you without your glasses. Why, I thought you couldn't see a thing without them.
I can't.
But you're not wearing them.
Oh, yes, I am. Contact lenses.
Well, I must say.
Must say what, Professor?
Oh, I never realized what lovely eyes you have.
Thank you, Professor.
And that frock, it is so becoming.
Well, once I decided to get rid of the horn-rimmed glasses, it wasn't too difficult to get out of tweeds.
It's a delightful transformation. From cocoon to butterfly.
Yes, butterflies are not nearly as lonely as cocoons.
You're lonely?
I'm completely alone since my father died.
Did you never think of marrying?
My father was a very remarkable man. I never found anyone who could measure up to him, so...
Oh, what a pity.
How long have you been alone, Professor?
Alone?
Well, I knew you were a widower, of course, the first time I saw you.
A widower?
Oh, I can always tell. It was the same with my father. There's a certain sadness in a man's eyes. A sweet sadness, I think, when he's been married and then...
A widower? I never thought of it quite that way.
Oh, I have your books.
Books?
Yes, the ones you ordered last week. That's what you came by for, wasn't it?
Yes, I suppose it is. I'd quite forgotten.
The Phytotomy of Phalloid Gamophytites and Coniferous Shrubs of North America. Those are the ones you ordered, aren't they?
Yes. Thank you. You're very kind, Miss Markham.
Why kind, Professor Carpenter?
Oh, not many young ladies in bookshops who go out of their way to look up rare books for an old professor of botany.
Why, you're not old, Professor Carpenter. Really, you look... Besides, I adore botany. It's my particular hobby.
No, really? You never told me that before, Miss Markham.
I was afraid to. You always intimidated me. You seemed so preoccupied.
Yes, I suppose I did. Well, you might be interested in some specimens of alpine polyanthes that were just sent to me by a friend in Switzerland.
Switzerland? Oh, I used to go there always for my holidays before the war.
You like Switzerland?
Oh, every part of it. The lakes, the mountains, the beautiful spring flowers, especially the flowers.
It seems that we have quite a lot in common, Miss Markham. I'm sorry we haven't met before.
I am, too. But perhaps we can make up for it in the future.
Indeed we shall. So had it begun, and one thing led to another, as they will with two lonely people. The invitation to lecture in America made a happy ending possible. While Hermione proceeded with her plans for the trip, I made my own plans, quite different plans. Now they were all but complete. Everything was proceeding according to my schedule. Even Hermione, drawing her bath upstairs, gave me the opportunity to phone Marion.
Hello?
Hello, dear.
Darling.
Are you all packed?
Almost.
Not much time left.
I know.
Excited?
Breathless.
Heathrow Aerodrome, 8:30.
I'll be there.
I love you, Marion.
And I you, Herbert.
Herbert?
I'm sorry I've got to ring off now, darling. I'll see you at the aerodrome.
Tonight and forever, darling. Goodbye for a little.
Goodbye.
Herbert! Were you talking on the phone just now?
Yes, Hermione.
Whoever was it?
Freddie Sinclair.
Didn't I hear you say something about seeing somebody at the aerodrome?
Yes. Old Freddie said he might possibly get out to see us off tonight.
Well, that seems very peculiar. But then all of your friends are peculiar.
Yes, Hermione.
I thought I told you to change your clothes before the guests arrive.
Yes, Hermione.
Never mind. Somebody just drove up. Go and let them in.
Yes, Hermione.
Herbert!
Yes, Hermione.
Look out the window. There's Professor and Mrs. Goodenough. But who's that with them?
Why, it's...
Precisely. Freddie Sinclair. Peculiar you should have been talking to him on the phone just now, when here he is coming up the walk.
Yes, isn't it? But then, as you say, Hermione, all of my friends are peculiar.
Not half so peculiar as you. Digging in the cellar an hour before we leave for America. Just look at yourself.
Yes, Hermione.
So go and let them in.
Yes, Hermione.
Open the door and stop saying yes, Hermione.
I think, my dear, I've said it for the last time.
In a moment, we continue with Suspense.
Songs make Christmas. And for this Christmas Eve, you have a very special invitation from CBS Radio to raise your voice in all the old familiar songs in A Carol Sing led by Bing Crosby. On this festive hour-long holiday show, you'll also hear Rosemary Clooney, Maurice Chevalier, Sarah Churchill, the Paul Weston Orchestra, and the Norman Luboff Choir. There'll be pickups of voices raised in Christmas song from far-off corners of the world. Whatever you're doing this Christmas Eve, wrapping packages, trimming the tree, entertaining friends, add new joy to the evening as all of you sing with Bing.
And now, we continue with Back for Christmas, starring Herbert Marshall. A tale well calculated to keep you in suspense.
Back for Christmas. Hermione was so positive we would be back for Christmas. That afternoon, pouring tea for a few friends who had come in to say last-minute farewells, she kept reiterating it.
Now, mind your Hermione. Don't let those Americans lure your husband with one of their fat university jobs. We absolutely must have you with us for Christmas.
Oh, we will be back, I promise you.
Oh, it's not absolutely certain, of course.
Herbert, what do you mean it's not certain? Of course it's certain.
After all, Herbert, old boy, you've contracted to lecture for only 2 months.
Quite right, Freddie, but then, of course, anything may happen.
Herbert adores being unpredictable. Now, what other man would decide today, the very day, mind you, before leaving for America, to dig a great hole in the floor in the cellar?
In the cellar?
For a wine bin. He's been talking about putting a wine bin in the cellar for the last 2 months, but he never got around to working on it until the last few days.
A wine bin? Whatever for?
It's the only way to store wines, you know, in the cellar. Even temperature, all that sort of thing.
Indeed. In that damp, they'll all turn. A proper wine bin should be made of concrete.
Mine will serve its purpose, I believe.
Oh, there you are, my dear. Men. They're impractical little boys at heart, all of them.
Oh, I don't know, Hermione.
Indeed they are. But not all of them are fortunate enough to have as practical a wife as you, Hermione.
Oh, not really.
Oh, yes, my dear. I know I could never have done what you've done. I'd just go to pieces. Imagine, Freddie, all the things one has to do before such a journey, and Hermione has done them all by herself.
Oh, yes, Hermione is quite remarkable.
Well, someone had to do them, and Herbert's no help.
He's a lucky man to have you, my dear. You realize that, don't you, Herbert?
Oh, indeed I do. You have no idea how well I realize it.
Well, we really must be going.
So soon?
Oh, yes. I'm sure even you have at least a few last-minute things you must attend to. But don't forget, you'll be back
for Christmas, if you may count on it.
Bon voyage, then, my dear Hermione.
Goodbye, dear.
Goodbye, Hermione.
Oh, not yet, Freddie. We'll make our farewells at the aerodrome.
At the aerodrome?
Why, yes. Herbert said you phoned to say you'd see us off at Heathrow.
I phoned?
Yes. Just a few minutes before you arrived.
But I couldn't have. I've been out for a drive all the afternoon.
Oh, come, Freddie. You may as well own up.
I say, look here, old chap, I don't know what you're trying to...
You see, Herbert can't even lie well. He's red as a beetroot.
Aren't you ashamed of yourself, Herbert, stringing poor Hermione along like that?
Well, I suppose the game is up. It wasn't Freddie I was talking to, Hermione.
Well, I don't see how it could have been.
No, I was, well, it was about a little surprise I was planning for you.
How sweet.
And I have a surprise for you, too, Herbert, when I bring you back for Christmas. Merciful heavens, I thought they'd never leave.
Oh, we still have plenty of time.
Well, not if we're to leave the house in proper condition for our return. Now, Herbert, after you get that dust cloth over the Davenport, you can help me with the tea things in the scullery. No. Oh, no, not that way. Herbert, you're leaving wrinkles.
Well, who's to see it, my dear?
Well, I can see it, and I don't like it that way.
Yes, sir. Very well. How's this?
A little better. Now, let's get at the tea things. There's a dear. Oh, Herbert.
Yes?
What was all this nonsense about a surprise for me?
Oh, well, if I told you, then it wouldn't be a surprise, would it?
Oh, come now, Herbert. We're too old to play children's games. What is it?
Well, if you'll come down to the cellar, I'll give it to you.
In the cellar? Why in the cellar?
Because that's where it is.
Oh, really, Herbert, you don't make any sense. Now, help me with the tea things.
But you will come down to the cellar.
Well, later, Herbert, if there's time.
Time. There had to be time. But Hermione was meticulous. And each cup had to be washed and dried just so, and put away in the cupboard in its accustomed place just so. And the silver had to be carefully wiped and put away in its plush-lined box just so. And then, once more, all the dust covers had to be straightened and the windows checked to be sure they were locked. And the time was running short.
Now, I think that's everything.
Everything but your surprise. Will you come down to the cellar now?
Well, can't you bring it up here?
Oh, no, that would be quite impossible.
Oh, it's so dusty down there, and I'm all dressed for the trip.
I know, but it'll only take a minute, and you'll find it quite worthwhile, I'm sure.
Oh, very well.
She went ahead down the cellar stairs. As we reached the bottom, I silently lifted a small crowbar from a nail in the wall. She stood in the middle of the cellar, peering around in the ill-lit gloom.
Well, I don't see anything but that hole you've dug.
That's it. It's in there.
Where?
Look closer. Step closer to it. Right to the edge.
Really, Herbert?
Now do you see it? A little large for a wine bin, but just right for a grave. Back for Christmas? No, Hermione. No, Hermione. I'll never be back. You've planned it so well, Hermione. You're so predictable, so practical. Even to typing your letters and signing them with a neat cryptic H that I have learned to copy. I'll be your amanuensis. I'll write your friends for you, Hermione. Through me, you will tell them we won't be back for Christmas. And then you will tell them how much you like America and that you persuaded me to accept a teaching position. You will tell them that you may decide to settle there permanently. And then the letters will come less and less frequently until at last they will hear from me, and I will break the news to them that you have died in America. Then I will have my solicitors put this empty house with its sad associations up for sale. And that will be the end of the matter, Hermione. Back for Christmas? No, Hermione. No, no, no. No. No, no. Not now. Go away, whoever you are, go away. Did I leave the front door unlocked? No, no.
I say, Herbert.
Just keep calm, keep quiet. They won't look down here in the cellar. Keep calm. They'll go away.
Now, where can they be?
Perhaps they popped round to the dell.
We must see them.
Oh, perhaps the shop. Something at the last minute, huh?
Oh, not Hermione.
I say, shall I shout?
Jones might not be tactful.
Oh, there's no harm in a shout.
No. Now, let's come in on our way back. Hermione said they wouldn't leave till 7.
All right. Only I do want a last drink with old Herbert. You know he'd be hurt.
All right. Let's hurry. We can be back by 6:30.
6:30. There's still time. After that, it was easy. Put the finishing touches to the wine bin. Dress fast, get out of the house before 6:30. Take the tube to Waterloo Air Terminal and the airline's bus to Heathrow, all according to plan, Hermione's plan. But from here on, my plan.
Announcing the arrival of BOAC Flight 14 from Rome, Calcutta, and Melbourne. Passengers will please report to customers
Darling.
at the end
Oh,
of the landing
Herbert.
ramp.
Right on time, my dear.
TWA flight
Shall we check in?
509
Whatever
from
you
Paris
say.
and Frankfurt.
Scared?
I never felt safer in my life.
The no smoking sign just went out. Careful of cigarette, darling.
Yes, thanks.
Ever been on a plane before?
No, you?
My first time, too.
Oh, how nice. To enjoy a first experience together. I was worried.
About what?
Well, you having been married once, nothing would be new to you.
My darling, it will be new. All of it.
Is everything all right?
Yes, thank you.
Would you care for a pillow, Mrs. Carpenter?
Were you speaking to me?
Yes, Mrs. Carpenter. Would you care for a pillow?
No, thanks. I don't believe so.
Well, if you want anything, just ring the bell over your seat.
Thank you. Herbert,
Yes, dear.
she called me Mrs. Carpenter.
That's right.
But I'm not yet.
Oh, you will be tomorrow, this time.
But how does she know?
Well, that's the way our tickets read, Mr. and Mrs. Carpenter.
Why?
I wanted you to get used to being Mrs. Carpenter, straight off.
Oh, Herbert, you're a dear. You think of everything.
Can I help you, sir?
Oh, yes, please. Professor and Mrs. Carpenter. We have reservations, I believe.
Oh, yes. We've been expecting you, sir. Boy, take Professor and Mrs. Carpenter's luggage up to their suite. You know, frankly, Mrs. Carpenter, you're quite a surprise. Your letter reserving the rooms was so thorough, I was expecting an older, more forbidding sort of person.
My letter reserving the rooms?
Oh, I wrote the letter, my dear, and I signed it Mrs. Herbert Carpenter, just as a joke.
Oh, what a cunning old fox you are, Herbert.
Now that I think of it, I am rather. Well, Mrs. Carpenter, we might as well kill the bottle, as they say here in America.
Darling, you'll make me tipsy.
That's what a bride should be, just a little tipsy.
Herbert, this letter the bellboy just brought seems to be a bill of some sort from a building contractor in Kensington.
Oh, Some mistake, no doubt.
And addressed to me?
Well, give it here and we'll get to the bottom of the matter. Madam, this is to acknowledge your order, together with the keys to your house in Ronston Place. Our men had no difficulty in finding the place where your husband had begun the excavation in the cellar. But apparently he changed his mind at the last moment and filled it in again.
What is it, Herbert?
Our men will begin digging tomorrow, and you may rest assured that it will be a professional concrete line job and will be completed in ample time for your surprise Christmas present to your husband. We are happy to be conspirators with you in this thoughtful gesture and hope that Professor Carpenter will be pleased with our construction of his wine bin. Very truly yours, Paul Holt & Sons Contractors.
What does it mean, Herbert?
It means that Hermione was right. I will be back for Christmas.
Suspense. In which Herbert Marshall starred in John Collier's story, Back for Christmas. Listen. Listen again 2 weeks from now, when we return with Russian New Year, a tale well calculated to keep you in suspense. Suspense is produced and directed by William N. Robeson. Heard in tonight's cast were Irene Tedrow, Ellen Morgan, Paula Winslow, Ben Wright, and Jack Moyles. The musical score was composed by Lucian Morawek and conducted by Wilbur Hatch.
Looking for adventure, excitement, thrills, and chills, all without leaving the comforts of your own home? CBS Radio answers your need every Sunday on most of these same CBS radio stations with yours truly, Johnny Dollar. Johnny's a freelance insurance investigator, an old hand at wrapping larcenists and lovely ladies, and the author of the most imaginative expense accounts in history. His tales are guaranteed to keep you between chills and chuckles. And you'll find yours truly, Johnny Dollar, right on the job when he tackles his next baffling case a little later on in the day. Ladies and gentlemen, don't let death take your holiday. The traffic death toll over these Christmas holidays will be more than twice the average for any other week of the year. Don't allow the holiday spirit, the rush and activity to make you careless. Stay alert. Drive especially carefully. Remember, the best Christmas present is your presence. Stay tuned now for 5 minutes of CBS News, to be followed over most of these same CBS radio stations by indictment.
Suspense. And the producer of radio's outstanding theater of thrills, the master of mystery and adventure, William N. Robeson.
The security of mankind is guaranteed by the balance of nature. If there weren't bigger fish to eat smaller fish, eventually there would be more fish than water for them to swim in. The rabbit is public enemy number one in Australia because there is no indigenous predator with a craving for Hassenpfeffer. The law of the jungle is implacable, and when it is broken, when nature's balance is upset, man had better head for the hills. In a moment, we bring you a classic story of nature's imbalance. On one side, the frightful Formicidiae doryalinae, ants, millions of South American army ants. And on the other, a man who knew no fear. Listen. Listen, then, as William Conrad stars in Leiningen versus the Ants, which begins in 60 seconds.
The folklore of America is filled with accounts of superhuman sailors like old Stormalong and extraordinary ships like the Courser. Perhaps our confidence in our strength to meet any challenge enabled our forefathers to chart the unknown. Perhaps that's why we just had to have the largest sailing vessel ever built. She was so big that all the officers and men were mounted on horses. Her masts penetrated the clouds, and the top sections were on hinges so they could be bent over to let the sun and moon pass. Well, it was during one of those September storms when suddenly the Courser found herself heading down the English Channel between Calais and the cliffs of Dover. But the channel just wasn't wide enough. The captain shouted to old Stormalong at the wheel, "Will she make it?"
"May scrape a bit of paint off on our sides," said old Stormalong, "but she'll go through. Send all hands over and soap the sides."
And you know they soaped that ship so good that big hulk slipped through just as sweet as honey. Of course, ever since then, the cliffs of Dover have been pure white. That's from the Courser's soap and the action of the waves. Folklore belongs to every nation's legendary past, and I guess we Americans have our share of some tall ones.
And now, William Conrad in Leiningen versus the Ants. A story well calculated to keep you in suspense.
I first met Leiningen while performing my duty as commissioner of the Toto Santo district along the upper reaches of the Santissima River. As my boat neared his plantation landing, I saw him upon the river bank regarding me with mild interest. A great hulk of a man with bristling gray hair, bulky nose, and lucid eyes. His entire appearance somehow suggested an aging and shabby eagle. I came quickly to the point of my visit and issued my warning. Leiningen puffed placidly at a huge cigar and seemed unimpressed.
It's decent of you paddling all this way just to give me the tip, Commissioner. But even a herd of crocodiles couldn't frighten me from my plantation.
You don't understand. These aren't creatures you can fight. These are army ants. They're an elemental force, a gigantic catastrophe, an act of God. 10 miles long, 2 miles wide. Ants. Nothing but ants. And each one as big as your thumb. Why, they can strip a man's body to a skeleton in 6 minutes.
Commissioner, in the 3 years I've been here, I've met and defeated more than one catastrophe. Flood, drought, plague. I'm not going to run from this one.
I tell you, Leiningen, you don't know these ants. But he merely sat there, puffing at his cigar and regarding me with a grin. And I knew it was hopeless. As I boarded my launch and cast off, I felt a sudden resentment toward this obstinate madman. And yet with it was something else. I'd never met a man like this before.
I stood on the bank
Couldn't
of the
help
river
wondering
watching the
what
commissioner's
combination of
launch
talents
until
may
it
have.
rounded a bend and was lost to sight. There was a strange look in his eyes as he stared back at me. Clearly, he thought me insane. Well, he would have not been the first to think so. But I knew my own powers. I was sure of myself. I had seen men defeated many times, and always for the same reason. That only strengthened the central argument of my life. That intelligence, directed aright, always makes man the master of his fate. That evening, I called my Indian workers together in front of the plantation house, and I saw their faces go ashen with terror as I told them that the ants were coming. Then one of the men stepped forward. Blas, the foreman.
Senor, We have worked hard here for these 3 years, all of us. We have built the finest plantation in this district. We all share in it. It has been a home for all of us and our families. Now the ants come.
Yes, now the ants come.
These ditches we dug last year, they were for the ants?
They were for the ants.
If we moved our families across the river, the ants could not reach them.
That's right. Your families would be safe. And you?
The ants are mighty. We know what they can do. But we think that you are mightier. We will stay and fight against the ants with you.
I knew that the men would give me that answer. I'd counted on it. And suddenly I thought of the commissioner and wondered what he would say at such an unquestioning confidence. Would he still think I was insane? At least I knew he would not soon forget.
The days spent in warning all the plantations in my district, sleep was out of the question for me all that night. I could think of only one thing, one man, Leiningen. One man who calmly evaluated his chances against a deadly menace, coolly decided he could win, and was willing to stake his life on it, to risk a horrible death for it. It was terrifying, and yet it was fascinating. And when dawn came, I knew that the fascination of that man was more than I could resist. That Leiningen's fight was drawing my mind, was drawing me back toward that plantation and death. And there was nothing I could do about it. I had to go back.
The second act of Suspense continues in 1 minute.
Do you know the Social Security benefits to which you will be entitled when you separate from the service and take a civilian job? Here's a tip from Social Security.
When you open an account at a store, a special record is usually started for you. When you get a Social Security account card, a personal record is also started for you, using both your name and the number of your card. To be sure your Social Security record is correct, it's a good idea to check your Social Security record every few years. To get a statement of your earnings from the Social Security records, you can use postcard form 7004. This form is yours by writing to Social Security, Department 15, Hollywood 28, California. That's postcard form 7004.
And now, we continue with Act 2 of Leiningen versus the Ants, starring William Conrad. A tale well calculated to keep you in suspense.
It was 10 o'clock in the morning when I rounded the bend below Leiningen's plantation. I put him at the dock and tied up the launch. And then I saw him standing on the bank above me, arms folded, stubby cigar in his mouth, and a sardonic grin on his face.
Back for another warning, Commissioner?
No.
Back to stay a while, huh?
Yes. You don't seem very surprised.
I'm not.
You expected me?
I thought you'd be back. Come along, we'll get some horses. You'll want to ride around the plantation, take a look at the defenses I've rigged.
Defenses? How have you had time?
I've always known that sooner or later the ants would come.
Well, yes, I'd like to see the defenses.
And the ants? We'll be getting a glimpse of them before long, I should think.
Yes, and the ants. The defenses Leiningen had devised were quite impressive. Surrounding 3 sides of the plantation like a huge horseshoe was a ditch 12 feet wide. The end of this ditch ran into the river, which formed the 4th side of the plantation. And at the upriver entrance to the ditch, Leiningen had constructed a dam by which river water could be diverted. A large hand wheel controlled the floodgate of the dam. As we approached the ditch and rode along it, I could see that it was nearly full.
How do you like my first line of defense, Commissioner?
Well, it's reassuring. Like a moat around a castle.
Unless the ants know how to build rafts, they won't reach the plantation. But this is only the outer moat. There's a better one than this. Come along. We'll go up to the high ground where the buildings are. We can get a view from there.
Leiningen. I didn't see any women or children around the plantation, or any animals.
Yes, that's right. We moved them across the river.
Oh, then even you think that there's danger?
Not because of danger, Commissioner. Matter of efficiency.
Efficiency?
Cuts down on the efficiency of the men if they're worried about their families. Critical situations only become crises when oxen and women get excited. Here we are. See the ditch?
Well, it's much smaller than the other.
You've noticed how all the buildings are on this piece of high ground. This inner ditch surrounds them, and it's lined with concrete.
Yes, but even filled with water, this is no barrier. It's not big enough. Why, if the ants get this far,
they'll get no farther. This ditch wasn't built for water, Commissioner. You see the pipes leading into it? See those storage tanks on the hill?
Huh?
Gasoline. They can throw up a wall of flame. You care to bet they won't like that?
Oh, I dare say they won't.
Look, Commissioner. Over there on the horizon. Yes, there are your ants. Look at them.
It was a sight I'll never forget. Over the range of hills, as far as I could see, crept a darkening hem, ever longer and broader until the shadows spread across the entire slope, and then downward, uncannily swift. And all the grass and bushes on the entire slope was being mowed as by a giant sickle, leaving only the vast moving shadow, extending, deepening, and moving rapidly nearer.
They're a hideous lot, aren't they?
Oh, Leiningen, we can't last against that. Look at them. Why, they could fill your ditches with their corpses and still have enough to destroy every one of us. We've got to run for it.
No. They haven't gotten to us yet, and they never will. Come along. We'd best get back to the men.
The hostile army was approaching in perfect formation. No human battalions, however well drilled, could ever hope to rival the precision of that advance. Along a front that moved forward as uniformly as a straight line, the ants drew nearer and nearer to the water ditch. And as they approached, two outlying wings of the army detached themselves from the main body and started marching along the sides of the ditch, no doubt expecting at some point to find a crossing. And during this hour-long flanking movement, the main army remained still. Across the scant 12 feet of ditch, I stared at them, and they seemed to stare back at me.
Act 3 of Suspense follows in 1 minute.
This is Johnny Baker with Communism on the Spot. The communists often talk about the will of the people, but unfortunately their actions don't match their words. For example, in January 1918, the Bolsheviks broke up by force of arms the Constituent Assembly, the first and only parliament in Russian history freely elected by universal suffrage. The Bolsheviks dispersed this democratic body by military force because they feared the will of the people, which had given them only 25% of the vote, and their leading political opponent twice that number. The communists have never come to power in a free election anywhere, and they probably never will. Not the will of the people, but their own will to power is their main concern.
And now, we continue with Act 3 of Leiningen versus the Ants, starring William Conrad. A tale well calculated to keep you in suspense.
Around 4 in the afternoon, the ant scouts having found no crossing, there was a stirring among the main army, and then an immense flood of ants, about 100 yards in width, commenced pouring in a glimmering black cataract down the far slope of the ditch. Thousands drowned instantly, but the rest began using the bodies as bridges. Leiningen immediately swung into action.
Taneo! Si, senor. Get to the dam, open the floodgate wider, get the water in the ditch moving faster.
Si, senor.
Look at them drown by the thousands.
Yes, but they keep coming.
All right, men. Busy with the shovels now. Dump some sand and clods on them. See how they like that. You with the petrol sprinklers. Start pumping. That's it. I don't like it, Commissioner. They don't like it a bit. Look at them.
Yes, but how about the ones on the far side of the ditch? Whole clumps of them rolling into the water. The rest are using them for bridges.
Yes. Oh, what's keeping Taneo? He should be at the dam by now.
Senor, the ants are crossing the ditch on the clouds of earth. If you climb up on this side even now.
Yes, I see them. Use your shovels on them, men. Clod the crawlers.
No, keep
What's the matter?
There's Senor, they crawl up on my shovel. They crawl in my eyes.
Into the petrol, you idiot! Douse your paws in the petrol! Don't stop now, the rest of you! Club them!
We cannot hold them back. We must run.
Run now and you're doomed, every one of you. You've got to fight them back. Here's your shovels!
Senor, it's no use.
You're dead if you stop. Keep at it now. Keep at it! Leo got the floodgates up and the water's running faster now. Yes, look at the ants. They can't hold their own against the current now. They're being washed away. Faster with the shovels! Look at them, Commissioner. We've beat them. We've beat them.
It was true. Leiningen had won at least the first round. The floodgates were left open to forestall any night crossing. I allowed myself to hope that the ants would go on, would pass us by. But when the dawn came, the dark blanket was still there, motionless across the ditch. And then we noticed a feverish activity on the other side of the plantation. Here, a grove of tamarind trees lined the far end of the ditch, and every tree swarmed with the crawling insects. But instead of eating the leaves, they were merely gnawing through the stems so that a thick green shower fell steadily to the ground. Well, it looks as if it's feeding time for our friends, huh?
Boss. Senor. Have all the petrol pumps brought here and get everyone over here except the lookouts on the other side, and then pass out the shovels.
Si, senor.
Are you going to deprive them of a meal?
Meal?
Aren't they cutting down the leaves for food?
Wish they were.
What do you mean?
I said if they wanted to get across, they'd have to have rafts. And that's just what they've got. Those leaves are their rafts.
Even as he spoke, the leaves went tumbling down the far bank by the thousands. The current drew them away from the bank, and each leaf carried several ants.
Don't worry. As long as you keep spraying them and shoveling dirt on their rafts, they can't land
But,
now.
senor, there will be too many.
It's true, look. More leaves in the ditch all the time. Why, they'll have a solid carpet to walk across in a minute.
Not so fast, Commissioner. I've still got a trick up my sleeve for them.
The water.
The ditch is drying up.
Yes, of course it's drying up. That's the plan. Those are the orders I sent to the dam.
Are you mad? As soon as it's empty, what's to prevent the ants? Look, the water's way down. It's almost dry. They'll be able to come across the bottom.
They'll not make it if the man at the dam carries out his orders. He should have opened the gates again by now.
To flood the ants?
Yes, right.
What a chance to take if anything should happen.
Here comes the water. Now we'll give the crawlers in the ditch a good ride out to the river. Yes, there. Look at him go.
Leiningen's tactics were successful. At first, the violent flow of water raced through the ditch, overwhelming leaves and ants and sweeping them along. 3 times the ditch was emptied. 3 times the ants raced across the bottom, and 3 times the water arriving just in time carried them away. But the 4th time, as the water lowered nearly to the bottom of the ditch, we waited in vain for the rushing waters. And then...
Senor! What's the matter? What's gone wrong at the dam?
The ants. Just as the man at the dam lowered the water almost to the bottom, the ants attacked the dam. Before he could open the floodgate, he was almost surrounded. He ran. The ants kept coming. They were across the ditch.
Leiningen stood motionless, absorbing the news of his defeat without a word. Then he raised his pistol and fired 3 shots into the air. The prearranged signal for all the men to retreat instantly to the second line of defense, the concrete-lined ditches 2 miles from the point of invasion. Soon after we arrived there, the natives commenced straggling in, silently. Leiningen waited until all of them had gathered, and then he spoke to them.
Well, lads, we've won the first round, lost the second. But we'll smash the crawlers yet. Anyone who thinks otherwise can draw his pay and push off. There are rafts enough on the river and plenty of time still to reach them. You stay then. Good. Thank you, lads. And you, Commissioner?
I can't persuade you to give up the fight.
You cannot.
Well, then I stay too.
Yes, I knew you would.
Senor, a few of the ants have reached the ditch.
They're trying to get across?
No, senor, not.
I didn't think they would. There's plenty of food out there for them. Food I've spent 3 years in raising. It ought to last them until morning anyway.
Yes, we were safe for the moment. But the next morning, the black swarm was solid around us. and their shock troops were hard at work. They were dropping shreds of bark and twigs and leaves into the petrol-filled ditches, forming a floating bridge across the surface of the liquid. Leiningen stood silently watching this operation, and I could see a grudging admiration in his face. Then, after several hours, the attack came. Down the ditch they poured, thousands of them, and across the bridge of twigs, rapidly approached the inner side. Leiningen sat motionless watching them.
Uh-huh.
Leiningen, for the love of God, don't sit there like a statue. They'll be on us in a moment.
Let them fill it first. Now. All right. Everyone back from the ditch. Go on. Blas, hand me the torch. Now, we'll see how our friends like a little heat around them.
Flames from the ditch shot into the air, devouring the ants by the millions. It was some time before the petrol burned down to the bed of the ditch, but when it did, the devils came back for more. Again, Leiningen fired the ditch to destroy them, and still again they came on. But at each successive firing, the task of the ants grew easier because of the film of ash which now covered the petrol. And as they returned to the assault time after time, a slow, sickening horror crept into my mind. I looked quickly at Leiningen and then at the gasoline tanks. He read my gaze and nodded slowly.
That's right, Commissioner. We could hold them off forever if our supply of petrol was unlimited. But it isn't. We've got enough to fill the ditch once more.
And then?
Piccolo! Piccolo, come back! Now the idiot jumped the ditch. He'll never make it to the river. Piccolo! Come back!
Merciful God, he's...
It's too late. Blas! Keep the men back with your gun. Don't let anyone else try for the river.
Leiningen, isn't there any way at all? We've got to do something. We can't...
There must be a way. There must be. Yes. Yes, yes.
What is it?
We'll flood the whole plantation.
Flood? But how?
We've got to close the floodgate at the dam. That'll do it.
You're mad. The dam is nearly 2 miles away. 2 miles of ants.
Lads, listen to me. Listen, lads. I'm proud of you. Now, there's still a chance. By shutting the floodgates in the dam and flooding the whole plantation from the river. The moment I'm over the ditch, set fire to it. That'll allow time for the flood to wash away the ants. And then all you have to do is wait for me.
Why, it's impossible. You can't get to the dam, let alone get back.
That's where you're wrong, Commissioner. I'll get there, and I'll get back. Take care of things while I'm gone, huh?
I watched him as he calmly pulled on high leather boots, drew gauntlets over his hands, and stuffed the spaces between breeches and boots, gauntlets and arms, with petrol-soaked rags. He shielded his eyes with close-fitting mosquito goggles and plugged his nostrils and ears with cotton. Then the natives drenched his clothes with petrol. Leiningen was ready. And as he stood calmly surveying the course he was
ready for the run, I realized that this was as it should be. I, Leiningen, would meet the ants and defeat them or be defeated by them. Leiningen versus the ants. I ran in long, equal strides with one thought, one sensation in my being. I must get through. I dodged all trees and shrubs except for the split seconds my soles touched the ground. The ants would have no opportunity to alight on me. And I ran on. I was halfway to the dam before I felt ants under my clothes and a few on my face. I struck at them mechanically, scarcely conscious of their bites. And the dam drew toward me slowly. The distance drew less and less. Finally, only 100 yards away. And 50. And then I was there. I gripped the ant-covered wheel, but hardly had I seized it when a horde of ants flowed over my hands and arms. I strained, and slowly the wheel turned, and turned more. The floodgate was swinging slowly shut, and then it was shut, and the water was rising behind the breakwater, closer to the top, and closer. And then it was spilling over. The flooding of the plantation had begun, and I let go of the wheel. For the first time, I realized that I was coated from head to foot with the fiends. Tongues of fire stabbed at me, bit through my flesh, and I almost fainted with the pain as I ran, knocking ants from my body, brushing them from my bloody face. And then One bit me just below the rim of my goggles, and I managed to tear it away. But the agony of the bite and its venom drilled into the eye nerves, and I saw now through circles of fire into a milky mist. I was almost blinded. But I knew that if I tripped and fell... I ran on, my heart pounding as if it would burst, blood roaring in my ears, a giant's fist battering my lungs. Then I could see dimly that wall of flame at the ditch, but it was too far away. I could not last half that distance. And I stumbled. Then I fell. I felt myself being swarmed over, devoured, and I tried to rise, a great weight, and then I remembered 6 minutes, then nothing but bones. I couldn't let that happen to me. I couldn't die like that. To my feet. Drag myself forward toward the flame, the ditch. Ring of flame. Closer now. Only a little farther. 10 steps. 8.
It seemed we had waited for hours, when all at once, through the blazing ring around us, an apparition hurtled and fell full length on the ground. Leiningen, alive with ants, unconscious, with blazing eyes and lacerated face. We rushed to him, stripped off his clothes, and tore at the ants that covered him. His body seemed almost one open wound. In one place I could see a white bone. Later, as the curtain of flame lowered, I looked out where that blanket of ants had been and saw only a vast expanse of water covering the entire plantation. The ants were gone, drowned, and Leiningen had won. He lay on his bed, his body swathed from head to foot with bandages. But Leiningen was still alive.
Commissioner, everything in order?
They're gone. The ants are gone.
I told you I'd come back. Even if I am a bit streamlined.
And then this amazing man grinned, shut his eyes, and quietly fell asleep.
Suspense, in which William Conrad starred in William N. Robeson's production of Leiningen versus the Ants, adapted by Robert Reif from the original story by Carl Stevenson. Listen again next week when we return with Man from Tomorrow, starring Frank Lovejoy. Another tale well calculated to keep you in suspense. Supporting Mr. Conrad in Leiningen versus the Ants were Ben Wright, Lou Merrill, Donald Buca, and Don Diamond. Suspense.
Suspense has been brought to you through the worldwide facilities of the United States Armed Forces Radio and Television Service.
Suspense. And the producer of radio's outstanding theater of thrills, the master of mystery and adventure, William N. Robeson.
Recognize that melody? Of course you do. How many countless happy dancing evenings have come to a close with Good Night, Sweetheart? But for $64,000, do you know who wrote it? And what, you might well ask, has all this to do with suspense? Well, it's a tuneful way to introduce the star of the upcoming story, Ray Noble. That's right, Ray Noble, who wrote Good Night, Sweetheart. For years, along with everybody else, we have thought Ray Noble was a very funny fellow as he bandied his egg-headed wit against the wooden-headed quips of Charlie McCarthy and Mortimer Snerd on the Edgar Bergen show. So when Mr. Noble came back from London for a short holiday in Hollywood, we wrote a play for him and persuaded him to essay his first dramatic role. Listen then, as Ray Noble stars in The Star of Thessaly, which begins in exactly 1 minute.
What is one of the most honored symbols of dedication to freedom? It is the Navy Distinguished Service Medal, a gold-bronze medallion depicting the American eagle encircled by a blue enameled band containing the words, United States of America, Navy. It is surmounted by a white enameled star with a gold anchor in its center and is attached to a blue ribbon with a narrow gold stripe in the middle. On the medallion's reverse side is a trident and the legend, For Distinguished Service. The Navy Distinguished Service Medal ranks as the third highest decoration the Navy can bestow. It is a prize worthy of the supreme achievement needed to earn it, a symbol of selfless service during the height of a crucial emergency. Down through the years, United States military decorations have proved to be an inspiration for greater accomplishment in all branches of service. Our Navy's Distinguished Service Medal, and the men who have earned it, carry on this great tradition to inspire sailors of the present and the future.
And now, Mr. Ray Noble starring in The Star of Thessaly, a tale well calculated to keep you in suspense.
The adventure began under the classic circumstances dear to the hearts of the writers of British short stories, and presumably their readers. That is to say, it was a foggy November night in London, and a group of us were gathered before the crackling fire in St. Botolph's Club in the West End. There were, as I remember, Sir Eustace Twining, Christopher Wrexham, Colonel Thorndyke, just home from India, and one other. Now, who could that have been? Oh, yes, it was I, Captain Anthony Chumley Smythe, OBE, DSC, recently retired and presently unemployed.
Dreary weather.
Beastly. Monstrous. Absolutely monstrous.
Oh, it's not quite that bad, Sir Eustace.
The vulgarity of it. The sheer downright vulgarity.
Who?
This bounder here in the Times.
What bounder?
This bounder. Just listen to this personal notice on the front page. For hire. Retired Captain Queen's Hussars. Oxonian. Superior intelligence. Superb family connections. Will go anywhere and do anything for a price. Reply box 322, etc. Gentlemen, what is England coming to?
Sounds like a rather enterprising chap.
Enterprising? He's a traitor to his class, sir. Offering his services like an ordinary domestic.
Oh, it pays to advertise, Sir Eustace.
Really, Chumley, is there nothing sacred? To parade one's college, one's family, to flaunt one's military service?
Here, here. Oh, I don't know. As a matter of fact, I'd like to have a talk with this chap.
Oh, really?
Yes. My company has a most delicate situation on its hands, the kind of thing we can't entrust to the ordinary detective type. It requires tact, diplomacy, and all that.
Do go on, old boy.
Well, it involves the Star of Thessaly.
And what might that be?
Oh, a diamond which our company has insured for £250,000.
I say.
Well, it's worth much more, of course, though you'd never know it. It looks like a big pebble that one might find on the beach at Brighton. Uncut, you know.
Oh, why?
Well, the owner, Socrates Melas, is not only one of the wealthiest men in Greece, but he's also one of the most eccentric. He carries the Star of Thessaly on his person as a pocket piece. Of course, we run no great risk on the diamond, so long as Mr. Melas remains in bed.
In bed?
Oh, yes, he's an invalid. and his villa in Athens is quite competently protected by the local police. However, it has become necessary for him to travel to Paris for an operation, and the old boy insists on carrying the diamond with him. I need somebody just like your advertising friends who you assist.
No friend of mine, sir.
Somebody suave enough to try to dissuade Mr. Melas from taking the diamond with him on the trip, and failing that, someone resourceful enough to go along on the trip and see that it isn't stolen.
That's quite an assignment.
Yes, but remunerative. What box number did that chap mention in the Times, Sir Eustace?
Oh, box 322. But no need to contact him there, Wrexham. As they say in the American cinema, you've just got yourself a boy.
What? Are you saying, sir, that you inserted this notice?
Quite right, Sir Eustace.
Shame. Gad, sir. It's worse than going into trade.
Oh, but much more profitable and infinitely more exciting, what? 36 hours later, I presented myself at Socrates Melas' villa on Mount Lycabettus overlooking Athens. A mustachioed guard in a white pleated ballet skirt showed me into the old man's room. It was like a museum with a bed. Around the walls were ancient figurines of marble and terracotta and whatnot, and in the bed was a mummy, dried and wrinkled and yellow. Since it moved and spoke, I assumed it must be Socrates Melas himself, and so it was.
I know why you have come here, and I wish you would go away.
I will, sir, as soon as you've agreed to place the Star of Thessaly in a safe deposit box.
The star is my talisman. I am never without it.
Look, Mr. Melas, it's not only unwise, it's actually dangerous to go traveling around Europe with 250,000 quid in your pocket.
Oh, nonsense. Nonsense, I say. The star is only a piece of crystallized carbon. Look at it. It's just a little rock.
Yes, sir, but a highly publicized little rock. You must leave it behind.
Never! I like the feel of it. I like to know that it's in my pocket. I am never without it.
Very well, then. I'm afraid you'll never be without me until I can deliver you safely in Paris.
Senseless idiocy. I have a nurse to take care of me.
Nursing schools don't teach the kind of care I'm speaking of.
So, I can't rid myself of you, eh?
No, sir, not unless you put the Star of Thessaly in a safe place while you're away.
Very well. We leave tonight at 10 o'clock. What is your name?
Captain Anthony Chumley Smile.
Did you ring, sir?
Did I ring? Yes. This is Captain Smythe. He's traveling to Paris with us. His name is Hippolyte.
Oh, how do you do?
Delightfully.
Huh?
Make reservations for him on the same car as ours.
Yes, sir.
All right, Captain Smythe. I don't think we have anything further to discuss.
No, sir, I suppose not.
Show Captain Smythe out, Hippolyte.
Yes, sir. This way, please.
I'll see you on the train, Mr. Melas.
I hope not.
Huh. Your employer seems to be a man of pretty strong likes and dislikes.
He's more than that, Captain. He's selfish, ungrateful, and downright mean. I've given him the best years of my life, and I don't even have his thanks to show for it.
Crying shame, isn't it?
I tell you, Captain Smythe, it is the end.
Well, I'm awfully... Hey, wait a minute. Out there in the garden. I say, what an exquisite creature.
Oh, her. That's Kula.
Is she his nurse?
Good heavens, no. Kula's his granddaughter. I am his nurse.
In a moment, we continue with the second act of Suspense.
Another visit with Joe and Daphne Forsythe.
Overhead, the moon is beaming.
Hold it, Daphne, hold it.
Oh, hi, Joe. Guess what, honey? I'm trying out for the operetta.
As what?
A singer.
You could have fooled me.
I was just practicing one of the songs.
Well, I don't think you quite fit the role.
Why not?
Well, if this version of the Student Prince is like the version I know, that particular number is sung by a tenor.
Oh.
Not that you don't come close, but I think you better stick to being a housewife.
But I want to be a singer.
Daphne, honey, a singer you'll never be.
I could take lessons.
Yeah, but lessons cost money. Money better invested for us in savings bonds.
You and your old savings bond.
I can't help it, honey. I just can't get over the way those savings bonds pay off. $4 for every 3. That's what I call an investment.
What good do they do me now?
A lot. The money we put in America strong and protects you and me. No bonds, maybe no operetta. Ever think of that?
I still want to be a singer.
Well, when those bonds start bringing in the green, if you still want to sing, they'll pay for the lessons and more.
Good. Gee, if those bonds mature as fast as you say, I better start practicing now just so that I'll be ready. Overhead, the moon is beaming.
Daphne, did anyone ever tell you you have a bad voice?
Everyone.
And now, starring Ray Noble, Act 2 of The Star of Thessaly.
Later that afternoon, with time on my hands, I wandered up to the Acropolis to pay my respects to the ruins of ancient Athens. And there, as the setting sun streamed through the columns of the Parthenon, I discovered I wasn't alone on the hilltop. Leaning against one of the pillars was a beautiful dark-haired girl whom I was sure I knew. If I didn't, I certainly wanted to. I beg your pardon, but haven't we...
Excuse me?
I have a feeling we've met somewhere before.
I think not, sir.
Oh, then may I correct that lamentable situation? I'm Captain Anthony Chumley Smile.
I'm glad to meet you, sir. I'm Kula...
Melas?
Yes. How did you know?
That's where I saw you. You see, this afternoon I visited your grandfather and I saw you in the garden as I was leaving.
Oh.
Yes, I wanted so to meet you, but your grandfather's nurse ushered me right out of the house.
Oh, that Hippolyte, that nasty little man.
Absolutely, to say the least. And what, may I ask, brings you up to the Acropolis all alone?
Oh, I come here often at the end of the day. It is so beautiful.
It certainly is. Oh, wait a minute.
What is it?
I thought I saw a man's head peering down at us from up there on the roof of the Parthenon.
Oh, you must be mistaken.
No.
The twilight, it was probably a bird or your imagination.
Perhaps so. It is getting dark. Well, what say we go back down the hill and have a cocktail?
Oh, I'm afraid I can't. I must go home and finish my packing.
Oh, packing?
Yes, I'm leaving for Paris tonight.
With your grandfather?
Yes.
Oh, wizard! Utterly smashing.
I beg your pardon?
Well, I'm going to be on the same train, in the same car, in fact.
How nice.
So, if I may, I'd like to see you...
Captain, look out! Oh, what was that?
A large marble fragment of ancient Greece. If I hadn't taken your arm just then, it would have splattered me all over the Acropolis.
But who could have done it?
Your bird, or that man I imagined I saw up there on the roof. Come on, let's get out of here. Unlike Lord Byron, I have no desire to be buried in the Isles of Greece. At 10:15 that night, a curious procession entered the train shed of the Athens railway station. It was headed by Socrates Melas in a wheelchair, pushed by a perspiring Hippolyte. After them, the lovely Kula, and bringing up the rear, yours truly, carrying his own bags. The old man ignored me, the male nurse virtually snubbed me, but this didn't concern me too much as soon as I caught up with Kula. Good evening.
Oh, Captain, I thought perhaps you had changed your mind.
Oh, about taking this train? Dear goddess, once I learned you were to be a fellow passenger, Hercules himself couldn't have decided... She yanked me to one side as a huge porter, pushing a heavy cart of luggage, grazed by me and shoved on through the crowd without a by your leave. Following him was a short, hatless, bull-necked man, evidently the owner of the cart full of luggage.
Oh, such a careless fellow.
If you hadn't pulled me aside, he'd have broken my legs with that truck.
That would have been a regrettable accident.
I don't think it would have been an accident. Ah, here we are, the Paris car.
You know, that's curious.
What?
Do you see that man tipping the porter?
Oh, my hit-and-run porter, yeah.
I think I have seen him someplace before, just today.
Seeing that one twice in one day is once too many.
Now I remember. He was up on the Acropolis earlier this afternoon before you arrived.
Oh, he was. And I dare say he was still there after we left.
What do you mean?
I'll tell you when I'm certain.
En voiture! En voiture!
There was a pattern here, and it was beginning to emerge. The bull-necked man with the hit-and-run porter had also been on the Acropolis shortly before that chunk of Greece's glory had scored a near miss on my skull. And now he was traveling in the same car with me. It was all very well to be Socrates Melas' bodyguard, but at that moment I would have liked very much to have a bodyguard for myself. But things looked better in the morning, as our through car joined the Orient Express at Salonika. The bull-necked man hadn't emerged from his compartment, and what disturbed me more, neither had Kula, so I breakfasted alone. And then as the train sped west towards Italy and the Alps, I went forward to pay my respects to the boss.
Yes? Oh, Captain Smythe.
How's Mr. Melas today?
Quite well.
Who is that, Hippolyte?
Captain Smythe.
Send him away.
Oh, come now, old chap. I'm not here by choice, you know. How are you feeling?
Very well. Why shouldn't I be?
Everything all right?
Certainly. The Star of Thessaly is right here in my pajama pocket, if that's what you mean.
Good. That's what I mean. The next day and a half were dull. Oh, very dull. Kula remained in her compartment pleading a migraine. The bullet-headed bull-necked man stayed in his, for reasons best known to himself, so I stayed in mine, except for meals and the periodic and unwelcome checkups I made every few hours on the whereabouts of the Star of Thessaly. Then, on the afternoon of the second day, while the train was snaking upwards through the Italian Alps, I was idly leafing through some magazines I'd picked up in the Milan station when the train attendant came in.
Scusa, signore.
What do you want?
Well, we come subito to Simplon Tunnel. I'm going to turn on the lights.
Oh, the Simplon Tunnel.
Si, signor. The longest tunnel in the world. 12 miles all uphill. She starts in Italia and she come out in Switzerland.
My. Well, thanks for the travelogue.
Che, signor?
Nothing, just thanks.
Oh, prego, signor.
A moment later, the Orient Express was swallowed up by the Simplon Tunnel. A moment after that, the door of my compartment slid open again. And there stood my bullet-headed, bull-necked neighbor pointing a very efficient German Luger at me.
Now, Captain Smythe, you will get down to business.
Who are you?
It's of no importance.
And what is the business we're going to get down to?
The business of you leaving the train right now.
Oh, come now. It's dark out there in the tunnel.
Lower that window.
Well, and let all the smoke in.
Lower it or...
All right. Don't get so excited. There. See? Smoke. Very annoying.
Now, out of the window. Raus!
Look, before I do, would you mind telling me why?
You are in my way.
I beg your pardon?
Before this train emerges from the tunnel, I intend to have the Star of Thessaly.
Oh, I see. You weren't by any chance crawling around the roof of the Parthenon the other night, were you?
Of course.
And of course you paid the porter to try and run me down in the railway station?
Of course, and each time that girl saved you. But nothing can save you now. Out of the window with you.
While I had kept him talking, the compartment had been filling with train smoke, and I'd been calculating the lurch of the car. Now I turned towards the window slowly, waiting for the car to lurch once more. I braced myself at the window. The car gave a jerk, throwing Bullneck slightly off balance. I whirled, grabbed his gun arm, thrust my knee into his middle, and rolled over. Unfortunately, the train lurched a little more than I expected, and poor old Bullneck kept going right on through that window. I tore out of my compartment and down the corridor to Melas's room. The light was out. If a light wasn't there, the old man was lying on the bed, breathing shadowily, obviously doped. I felt in his pajama pocket, and I felt around the bedclothes. It was nowhere. It was gone. The Star of Thessaly was gone.
In just a moment, we continue with the third act of Suspense.
Memo on medals. Information about our military awards and decorations. The awarding of American medals had its beginning during the Revolutionary War. Certain military and naval commanders were presented gold medals to commemorate their victories. The first medal in our nation's history was given to General George Washington after he had forced the British to evacuate Boston. That medal is now in the Boston Public Library, where it was placed on exhibit in 1876, 100 years after the historic event it commemorates. Technically, early medals were not decorations in the strictest sense. They honored both the victorious event and the officer in charge. Also, they were not designed to be worn, as later medals were. Therefore, they were presented in a suitable case for safekeeping. What we now know as the Purple Heart Medal was originally a badge of cloth material, specified in Washington's establishing order to be a figure of a heart in purple cloth or silk, edged with narrow lace or binding. Foreign decorations and medals are worn to the left of all American decorations. They are never worn alone, but must appear with at least one American medal. Few tributes are as meaningful and as cherished as the awards and decorations of our armed forces.
And now, starring Ray Noble,
Act 3 of The Star of Thessaly. The Star of Thessaly was gone, and the man who had planned to steal it was gone, too. Who else was after it, then? Of course, there wasn't much time. I sent Cooler in to look after her grandfather, and I started to search the car, compartment by compartment. By the time I was halfway through, the train was out of the tunnel and slowing down for Swiss customs inspection. I heard a door open at the forward end and saw a figure slip out of the WC. It was Hippolyte. He threw open the vestibule door and dropped off the train, stumbling as he hit the gravel of the roadbed. I jumped after him, but he was on his feet and running, his left leg limping badly. I nearly caught up with him when he turned suddenly. I saw the gun in his hand and dived in a flying tackle as it went up. All right, Hippie, old boy. I want two things from you. That gun.
Please, let me go, Captain.
And the Star of Thessaly.
Let me keep it, Captain Smythe. He does not need it. He has millions. Let me keep the star.
You know that it would probably kill him to lose that diamond.
It is only a pocket piece to him. He owes it to me. I've given him the best years of my life. Let me keep this star, Captain Smythe. Please let me escape.
Come on, Hippie. Crying will get you nowhere.
You are just a heartless brute, Captain Smythe.
Yeah, I know. Let's go, sport.
Tony, where have you been? I've been so worried.
Is he still asleep?
Yes, he hasn't moved.
Good.
What are you doing?
Putting the Star of Thessaly back in his pocket. It was misplaced for a little while. Oh, and Cooler, I'm afraid you'll have to take over as your grandfather's nurse.
Why? Where is Hippolyte?
Well, he fell in love with the Alps, so he's stopping over for a while in Switzerland.
Dreadful weather.
Beastly.
Hello, evening, chaps.
Oh, evening, Chumley.
Well, aren't you going to ask me about my trip?
Trip? You've been away?
Yes, I
thought I hadn't seen you about for a few days. Dreadful weather we're having, isn't it?
Oh, yes. Beastly. Suspense. In which Ray Noble starred in The Star of Thessaly, written, directed, and produced by William N. Robeson. Supporting Mr. Noble in The Star of Thessaly were Lillian Bayef, Ben Wright, Jay Novello, Byron Kane, and Abraham Sofair. Listen. Listen again next week, when we return with another tale well calculated to keep you in suspense.
Suspense has been brought to you through the worldwide facilities of the United States Armed Forces Radio and Television Service.
master of mystery and adventure, William N. Robeson.
There are many kinds of suspense, but the happiest suspense is the kind we share at this time of year with our children. The suspense which has its denouement next Wednesday morning. The suspense of what Santa Claus is bringing for Christmas. For the little girl in the upcoming story, however, there is no such suspense. All she wants for Christmas is a dog, and a dog she is certainly not going to get. To play this unhappy little girl, we have invited a most talented little girl to make her first appearance on radio. Already a star of TV and motion pictures, 7-year-old Evelyn Rudy now adds another medium to the domain of her talents. Listen then as Evelyn Rudy stars in Dog Star.
Daddy, honest, Daddy, the only thing I want for Christmas is a dog. Even if it isn't exactly the kind Mike was, that's all I want.
Ray, please.
Sorry.
Well, if she weren't such a tomboy, it'd be different. But can you imagine getting Julie a dollhouse or a painting set or a party dress?
I'm sorry, Anne. And Julie, no dog.
Then you shop for her. I'm tired of roaming around like a zombie in every store in town. You find her present.
If I can't have a dog again, I just don't care what I get.
Now listen, both of you. I like dogs just as much as you do. I loved Mike, too. But Julie loves them too much. She hasn't eaten a decent meal since Mike got killed. And it's not going to happen again. We're not going to put her happiness at the mercy of another brainless pup and every idiot speeder in town.
It wasn't Mike's fault. It was my fault. I should have kept him in the yard. It was my fault, but honest, I'd never let my pup out again if I could just have one.
Julie.
Honey, suppose I got you a bike, a big bike, a 26, okay?
But, Daddy, I don't want a bike. I want a dog.
Julie, come back here. It's getting dark.
Let her go, Ray. I said she could play with Timmy. Let her go.
Hey, Julie, what happened? Are you going to get a dog for Christmas? No. Hey, Julie, I got an idea. See, I asked my dad for a dog, and we moved Mike's doghouse over to my yard, and we can both play with him. How about that? Thanks, Timmy, but no, it just isn't the same. No, I guess not. Hey, Julie, I got my flashlight with me. You know what? What? Let's go up to Palmer Canyon and see if any ducks have flown onto the pond this evening. I don't feel like it, Timmy. Honest. Oh, come on. We might even see a goose. But how do the ducks find their way all the way down here from the north? Oh, it's something called instinct. Hey, what was that? Golly, I don't know. Sure was close. Sure was. Oh, it was a tree falling, I bet. Hey, here's the pond. Come on, Julie. I'm coming.
Oakdale Police, Lieutenant Spencer speaking.
Oh, this is Professor Goodwin at the observatory.
Oh, yes, Professor.
Lieutenant, for the past half hour, we've been tracking one of their later satellites. It landed about 3 minutes ago.
Huh?
We have a fix. It hit the Palmer Canyon area of Oakdale.
Yeah? You sure?
Positive. I'm leaving now. And, Lieutenant, I think you better get some men up there. Quick.
Sergeant, get 3 cars up to Palmer Canyon. Emergency. I'll call the off section for guard duty. And call the chief on the highway patrol. Call the mayor, too. Tell him a satellite landed in Palmer Canyon.
Well, I guess it's getting too late in the year for the ducks. Yes, we better start back home. What was that? What? I thought I heard a dog crying. I didn't. It is 2. There's a dog down there by the pond. Where's the flashlight? Here. A little white dog. Oh, his legs are hurt. He can hardly crawl, it looks like. Oh, he's bleeding. And he's wearing something all torn up. Timmy, Somebody must have tortured him. Yeah, poor fella. Hey, his tail's wagging. He likes you, Julie. Oh, poor little thing. Timmy, I'm going to keep him. What'll your dad say? We'll hide him. They won't torture you anymore. They won't hurt you anymore. We'll hide you. Where will you hide him? Like you said, we'll put Mike's old doghouse in your yard and take care of him there. Maybe when he's well, Daddy will let me keep him. Okay. Well, come on. Here. No, I'll carry him. Look, Timmy. What? He licked me. He licked my face.
Joe, you and Maury take the uphill side. And don't let anybody near the parachute unless Professor Goodwin says to.
Okay, we are. All right.
Okay, Professor, I guess that covers it.
Well, I'll sure be glad when the Air Force gets here. Just think where this thing has been.
Yeah, it looks like a metal beach ball with portholes. Hey, what's this, Professor? An oxygen mask for a midget?
Why, there was something in here. A dog, I bet. And this got knocked off its head.
And it chewed its way out of its harness. Here, look.
Here, we've got to find it.
There's blood on the ground, Professor. It won't go far.
We have got to find it, Lieutenant. We've got to find it.
More coffee, Ray?
Unlate as it is. Imagine that satellite practically landing in our backyard. What an age. Well, I've got to get down to the office. I'll be back early to help with the tree. Goodbye, Julie.
Bye, Daddy.
Now, will you please take care of that thing for Julie we were talking about?
Julie, Timmy, come in. Hand me a knife, quick. What are you doing? Cutting him some meat, quick. Here. I was just looking at him. I got him a blanket like you said. How is he? Oh, he's asleep. Hey, here comes your mother. Give me the meat. Here, put it in your pocket. Hello, Mrs. Roberts.
Hello, Timmy. What are you two up to?
Nothing.
Now, here is
My
further
breakfast.
word on the satellite, which returned to Earth last night in Palmer Canyon. An overseas monitored report confirms the guess that there was a dog in the parachuted container.
Julie!
It is a small white husky similar to Laika, the ill-fated first space traveler. This one is called Chitka and wears its name on its collar. It was announced that it is trained to react to this name.
Julie, I was listening.
I'm sorry, Mommy. Can I go out and play?
You didn't finish your cereal. All right.
Julie, did you hear what he said? It's not the same dog. It sounds like it is. It does not. Now, shut up. Okay, Julie. Here he is. Hi, Mike. We'll call him Mike. Look, he's opening his eyes. Give me the meat. Here, Mike. Oh, look, he won't eat it. He's pretty sick, Julie. Hey, let's see his collar. No. Hey, it's all funny letters, Julie. I can't read it. I'm going to take it off. Say his name, Julie. Mike. No, the one the radio said. No. We've got to know, Julie. I forget. No, you don't. You never forget anything. Chitka. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. I won't let them take you back. I'm going to keep you anyway.
And now more on the Chitka story. On this Christmas Eve, the little white dog has not yet been found, although he is thought to be injured. All veterinarians in the area have been alerted.
Well,
We return you now
that
to our
satellite
program
really
of
shook
Christmas
up this town. Cops all over the place looking for the pooch.
Dad, if we found him, if our country found him, would we have to send him back?
I'm just a small-town lawyer, honey. There are big shots straining their brains on that one. We'd have to stick to international law, of course.
It's Timmy. I'll go.
Now, don't be long.
I won't. Hi, Timmy. How is he? Well, I just looked at him, Julie. I think he's awful sick. Come on, then. Have you got the flashlight? Yeah. Here it is. He just lies there panting like.
Oh, he's got to be all right. He's got to be. Oh, Mike. Oh, nice little dog. He is sick, Timmy.
Yeah, he sure is.
Oh, Mike, don't die. Please don't die. Give me the blanket, Timmy.
What are you going to do?
Come on, Mike. Come on, nice little dog.
But they all know about him. I heard it on the radio.
I have to. I can't let him die. Don't worry, Mike. Somebody will give us a ride. They've got to. Please stop this one. Please stop.
Yeah, kid? Where you going?
Central Avenue, sir. Anywhere on Central.
Okay, hop in. What do you got there, kid?
My dog?
He shed any of that fur?
No, sir.
Central Avenue, eh? What are you going down there for on Christmas Eve? A short beer, huh?
No, sir. A vet. I mean...
A vet? Hey, that dog hurt? Hey, look, he's bleeding from the mouth. Okay, kid, out.
Oh, mister, can't you please take us...
Now, listen, these are no seat covers. Out.
Oh, Mike. Stay alive just 5 minutes. The vet'll make you well. Just 5 minutes. There's a light there. Somebody's home. They've got to be.
I'm awfully sorry. We're close. Oh, I see, honey, yes. Doctor.
Coming. And what seems to be the trouble, little girl?
I'm Julie Roberts. And this is Mike, and I'm afraid he'll die.
Oh, now, isn't that too bad? Say, what kind of a dog is that, Julie?
A sort of a husky.
Yeah? Where'd you get him?
My dad got him for me. And tonight a car hit him and...
Yeah? Martha, hand me that police circular.
Here you are, Doctor.
We'll just put him on the operating table. Chitka? Call the police, Martha.
Right.
Then I want you to take its blood pressure while I get a sample of blood. And, let's see, just call the Air Force Base and ask them to send a flight surgeon down here.
Yes, sir.
Just tell them to hurry. I'm putting him away. I'm sorry, Julie.
Putting him away?
He's paralyzed, Julie. He couldn't run and play or do anything you'd want him to, even if they'd let you keep him.
But I'd take care of him anyway, Doctor. I'd bring him his food and take care of him. Don't call them. Don't kill him. Give him back.
Honey, it's no use. He'd just suffer. You wouldn't want that.
Oh, Mike, nice boy. See, Doctor, he licked me. He'll get better.
No, he won't, Julie. You wait in the hall, and I'll ask the police to take you home.
Oh, Mike.
Oakdale Police. Yes, ma'am? No kidding. Yeah, well, thank you, ma'am. Hey, Scoop, you want to get that AP job in New York? Here's your chance. That pooch just turned up at the Parks Dog and Cat Hospital.
Holy cow. Thanks, Sarge.
That is right, operator. I want embassy.
I don't care what time they tell you he's in Washington. Tell them he's about Chitka. Chitka. Tell them he's colleague.
Central Intelligence? Now, look, this is Peters in Oakdale. You give me the chief? Merry Christmas, Chief. The dog turned up. Yeah, some kid had it. That's right, a little girl. Name of Julie Roberts, 354 Parkdale Terrace, Oakdale. Yeah, I'm sober. A little girl.
Что случилось, Читка? Это другой вопрос американский выходка. Читка — советская собака. Американский держали полк Читка. Умерла. Это оскорбление Советской Республики.
And Julie, here's the present from your mother and me.
A bike. A big bike. Thanks, Daddy.
You may need it to outrun the reporters.
It's just wonderful.
But, it isn't a dog.
No.
Well, your mother and I were talking, and I think, wait. Yes?
Who? Anne, get me a drink.
Before breakfast? Well, what is
Give
it?
me a drink. Yes? Yeah. This is her father. Oh, sir, I can't believe a crate. No, sir, not yet. Yes, sir, we'll be expecting it. Oh, thank you, sir, and a very Merry Christmas to you.
Ray, what's wrong? You're white as a sheet.
And give me that drink.
Dad, what's the Air Force car doing outside? Look, they're bringing a box up the walk.
Oh, and this room's a mess.
Yes? Major?
Merry Christmas, sir. Is this where Julie Roberts lives?
Oh, yes.
Did the White House call, sir?
Yes.
Okay, open it up, Sergeant.
It's a puppy. A little white puppy.
It's for you, Julie. If your folks don't mind.
They don't.
Major, won't you sit down?
No, ma'am. I have a little girl to get back to myself. Merry Christmas, folks.
Ray, who was that on the phone?
And when I tell you, you'll never believe me. You'll never believe me.
Suspense, in which Evelyn Rudy starred in William N. Robeson's production of Dog Star by Michael Frost. Supporting Evelyn Rudy in Dog Star were Shirley Mitchell, Dick Beale, Shep Menken, Jack Crucian, Sam Pierce, Ben Wright, Lou Krugman, and Norm Alden.